Hey guys, welcome to another Plan with Me with Erica D. This one is what I call a special edition. In my style of planning, I like to pre-decorate my planner. I love to decorate my planner, but I don't always have the time to sit down and do it. And so my solution is to pre-decorate. I'm a teacher, so my life is kind of divided into 9-week segments. And so I generally pre decorate 9 or so weeks at a time to kind of line up with my school year. And so I'm on fall break, and so I am pre decorating for the second quarter of the school year. So I hope you enjoy watching me pre decorate. It's a process that's worked great for me in the past, so I'm going to continue it now. All right, so the first week that I'm pre-decorating for is the week of October 21st through the 27th. And I was really inspired by these colors in the, excuse me, green student book. It doesn't dawn on me very much to use pink in my fall spreads, but these really look great together. So I'm putting my washi at the bottom that I like to just add a big splash of color on my page. And I chose this kind of pinkish reddish to orange ombre that matches those stickers really well. And then I have this, it's purple, but it's a very reddish purple. I love it. It's my only roll of washi that's in this shade, and I wish I had more. So I'm taking that beautiful washi and I'm slicing it to 1/8 of an inch. I just use my X-Acto knife and a straight edge. I have a clear ruler that I use. And I just block off the weekend with that. As you see, I follow the vertical lines of the planner. It is called a vertical planner, so I follow the vertical lines. Most people that I watch like to follow the horizontal lines and divide their day up into sections. I just can't do that. I don't have an even amount of things in morning, afternoon, and evening, so I go vertical. Now, this pink washi that has the eyelashes is actually my daughter's washi. The color is perfect with the sticker book, but I don't want the eyelashes. So I cut whatever, above and below the eyelashes so that I can just have the pink to kind of border off the top. I'm writing down the name of the sticker book so that when I come back to this for real, I can use it. So now I'm moving on to October. I keep doing that, 28th to November 3rd, and I really want to go pumpkin-y on this one since it is Halloween. So I found some stickers from my scrapbooking time that have these really iridescent, pretty yellowish, orangish, greenish pumpkins, and so I'm using this kind of marbly yellow, almost orange, but more yellow washi as my color splash at the bottom. I didn't mark the working section of the planner this week just because I really want the pumpkins to be the focus. So these pumpkins are like puffy stickers but kind of plasticky, and so what I have found is they actually stick to each other when you close the planner page. So I don't know if I'll be doing this again, and that's my advice for you. Just the pumpkin you see on the left side of the page and the pumpkin you see on the right side of the page, when you put them on the discs, the pages on the disc, and close the planner up, just the plastic sticks to each other. I did something like this back in September with apples, and I had to redo it because I'd lined the apples up in a perfect row at the bottom, and I hated it. So I'm being really careful to, stack these pumpkins as if they were sitting on the ground or on a table, some higher, some lower, some further back, some more to the forefront. I don't know, I'm looking at different things I can add, but then I realized that I'm only pre-decorating, and so I don't really want to add more yet. But I at least have an idea of which sticker books I want to use later when I come back to plan. So I'll be using the Year of Memories and the Gold Star quotes, and I wrote myself a note. So moving on to November 4th to November 10th. November 10th happens to be my grandmother's birthday, and my grandma was a big stamper, and she left me tons of stamps. She was also, ironically, or is, not was, a fan of outhouses. She's kind of an expert on outhouses, and so in her collection of stamps, she had a lot of outhouse stamps. I really like this Paige Evans stickers book that I found at Staples. I've never used it before, but the colors just scream my grandmother. They sort of scream fall, but more scream my grandmother. So I'm combining my grandma's stamps of outhouses with, fall colors and the Paige Evans colors. I was tempted to use that same washi I used last week, but then I thought, no, I'll get sick of it. So I just used this, just brownish yellow one instead. And so you can see on that piece of paper there that I had practiced with the stamps, because I was not the stamper that my grandmother was. I kind of combined some of these colors. I've got that shimmery one and then a brown one, and if I used both, I found that it was interesting. The TW are my grandmother's initials, and so I thought I would add those in there. And she is also a quilter, so I used her stamp of a little heart quilt on there as well. This pink washi, the color is right, but it goes over the outhouses. I don't love that. Yeah, I had to take that off. And then this one, I don't like how I'm going to double it up. So I'm going to put that back down flush with the bottom and then double it up as if it was a wide washi, even though it's absolutely not. And I'm much happier with that. I'm just used to a big swatch of color at the bottom, and so that narrow strip just didn't keep me happy. And it works well. So this is a kind of rosy pinkish color washi that does match the Paige Evans sticker book, but I don't know, when I see it on here, I'm not sure I love it. I'm going to keep going with it and trying it. But spoiler, I don't love it. Just really do not. I put a lot of time and effort into something that I know I just don't like. But I guess that's part of the creative process, is you have to try things and find what you do and don't like. And if you're wondering why I'm getting rid of the middle of that, it was, I didn't want the flowers, I just wanted the color. So it's kind of the same as I did with the eyelashes on the day before. This is the same basic color, but it's glitter. So I'm marking my weekend with that. I don't want to go through or over the stamps, so I cut that off a bit. Excuse my sniffling. It's fall and my allergies are making me a little crazy. I do like this bluish, like really pale turquoise scallop at the top, though. I love that. And these flowers, I'm telling you, these just scream my grandmother. I just love them. I did end up sticking with the pink washi. It just has a little pinstripe down the center of it, and I really like that. So I did end up sticking with it. In my memory, I'd gotten rid of it, but I ended up keeping it. Just adding in some little flowers and some little sprigs here. My grandmother's also a big gardener. She's actually, when she was doing it, she was kind of an expert on irises, and she would crossbreed irises to get different colors. So that's kind of a great thing. So these little stickers that have the cutouts, I imagine they're for the monthly, but if I just layer them with another rectangle and go over that little cutout, it works. So I like how this turned out. Pretty happy with it. There was just a smudge on the paper there that bugged me, so I used some white out. And again, I used the Paige Evans book and the Fall Happy Planner book. So moving on to November 11th through the 17th, as a music teacher, Veterans Day is a big focus of mine. I do a big sing-along with my entire elementary school, and we invite all the area veterans. We usually get about 100 to 200 show up. So I want to honor Veterans Day in my planner, but I don't know. please don't consider me unpatriotic. I'm not, but sometimes red, white, and blue looks a little gaudy to me. So I'm trying to do a muted Veterans Day here. So I'm trying out this washi that's kind of got red, whites, and blues in it, but you know, some other colors smudged in as well. This one, I can tell you, there's a spoiler, I don't end up loving this washi. I just didn't want to go bold. I think it's maybe because it's fall and fall colors are more muted like that. So I didn't end up sticking with that top and bottom working section washi. So we'll get to that in a minute. I do like the blue anchors at the bottom. My dad was in the Navy, so he is a veteran himself. And so I like the navy blue anchors. Those honor not just Veterans Day in general, but my favorite veteran. So again, I do like to add washi to what I call the working section of the planner. And I was really trying to go for something here that was veteran-y, but not, and patriotic, but not gaudy. So I add the gold to mark the edge of the planner and to mark the weekend. And I'm just, yeah. I love this Grace is Courage Under Pressure one. Sticker, the quote sticker. Adore that. Lots of sticker books to choose from this week. Lots of them. So I add this sticker on because I do love it. And it matches the blue anchors and the gold. Today is the day, since I will be leading the Veterans Day program. That is the day. Actually, several programs between my husband and I, who's also a music teacher. We will lead 3 different programs that day. So I'm writing down these sticker books that I found good options in and putting those there on that Post-it. And that's when I face the fact that I don't really like this washi. It's just more bold than I want to go. So instead I go with a wood grain. Kind of it kind of matches the gold washi on the edges. And so it's mostly going to be a navy and gold and neutral spread here. Not really much red at all. And I am much, much more pleased with this. Again, I'm not unpatriotic, but the red, white, and blue can sometimes be just a little much. I feel that way with Christmas too. The red and green is sometimes really gaudy to me. I think I don't like that much contrast. So I'm much happier with that. Moving on to the week of November 18th to the 24th. I'm going for fall here, and this time I'm going to bring in the reds. I've done a lot of browns and greens and yellows here, but I haven't done much red. And so I was kind of inspired by this Have a Grateful Heart sticker, which is really meant for the big sticker book, or big planner, I guess. So I have to, it's going to overlap into my day. And I layered a red sticker under it just to pull the red in a little bit more. And I'm doing a little more decorating than I usually do with my pre-decorating, but I'm in the mood for fall, so I'm going with it. To pull in the red, and not a bright red again, more of a pinkish red that matches the sticker I already put down. I have this washi that has a marble in it and a gold in it. And so I'm going to slice it into 1/8" strips to mark off my weekend, and then slice this brown washi to mark the working section of the planner. The only thing I can tell you when slicing your washi is to really hold the ruler down hard on the surface. If the ruler slips, your knife slips, and you don't have an even cut all along. But that's really the hardest part. And so I accidentally put the sticker down on the wrong day the first time, so I had to peel it up and move it over to the weekend. I was just on the wrong page. So these stickers that I'm using are all from the A Year of Memories sticker book. And I can really use them again later when I actually plan. So I write that on a Post-it note and stick it on so that when it's time to plan, I've got it there and I know. All right, moving on to the week of Thanksgiving, November 25th through December 1st. And I'm still sticking with fall, but I'm going back to the green look. This green washi, I don't know if you can tell, but it says grateful at the bottom, and it has kind of vines of leaves, laurels of leaves. Not sure what the correct term would be. You can see I'm going over the hole where the discs will go. I don't remember if I do this on camera, but later I will cut that with the X-Acto knife. It's not a big deal. I'm using my my working section washi is a bit wider than usual, but that's because we'll be on break. So that's one way to mark that I'm on break. And plus I won't have as much to do, like my to-do list will not be as demanding, so I can take up some of the planner space where I have to write things out. I can take that up with this, and it's not as big a deal. So it is really wide, but I will have the time and space to do that. I don't generally use these long stickers, but it'll be Thanksgiving Day. I can just mark our menu, and maybe some family things we'll do that day. Hopefully my son can come home from college so I can mark that. I like this little give thanks sticker with the leaves. It brings in some purples and grays that I can bring in later if I want. And the Be Thankful Always sticker. I was planning on using this glitter sticker. So instead of marking my weekend, I'm going to mark our Thanksgiving break off. So our break goes from Wednesday till Sunday, and so I'm going to mark that. The weekend is not as important because it's a 5-day weekend. So that's how I will mark that. And so I can use these stickers later from the orange seasonal book. So I write that on a Post-it so that I can remember. And then we move on. So I move on now to the week of December 2nd to December 8th. It might seem early for Christmas for some, but as a music teacher, that's actually the week of my concert. So I'm going with it. I wanted to try, because Christmas for school is kind of 3 weeks long. So I want to try to go kind of reddish one week, kind of greenish one week, and then red and green both the next week is what I was thinking. And so I was going to try to use this really skinny washi you see me working with that has a red and a gold and a green stripe on it. Try to use that all 3 weeks, but feature a different color from it each week. So that skinny washi notes the working section of the planner, and I used that candy cane washi for the splash of red that I wanted. And I've used that. I'm trying to get some green in there, and then I'm like, no, I said I was going to go red, so I'm not going to do green. I even tried this one. This is an odd one to try. It's kind of a spring one, and it's got a quote in the middle, so I try to use just an edge of it. But number one, it's just too bright, and number two, I really said I was going with red, so I don't use it. But I have this leftover marble washi from another week, and so it's still on the cutting mat even. I didn't even have to pull any more up. And I'll use that to mark my weekend and the far edge of the planner spread as well. I did need to get a little bit more to have enough to do that. I think it was because I had a bad cut. I think my ruler slipped. And that pulls in the gold. So now this is mostly red, and I'm pretty happy with it, and I'm just kind of leafing through the stickers. But then I realized I don't need to mark down a specific sticker book for this one because any seasonal sticker book will work. So now for December 9th through 15th, I'm going to use that same skinny washi if I can, but I'm going to feature green this time. So I have this green marble washi. It obviously came from the same tube that the red marble washi did because it's got the same gold striations in it. And so I'm going to put this washi down the same as before, this skinny washi for the working section, except like I said, I'm featuring the green part now instead of the red. So there's a little red there in the washi, but I'm going mostly green. And I have this washi that's like a chalkboard for kind of like back to school. But I have found that if I slice it just right, I can get rid of the little, they have kind of, like writing paper lines on it, and I can cut those off, and it's just a really great forest green color. So I just have to cut it right to cut off those marks, those lines. It's kind of like a chalkboard, but it's got the writing lines on it. So think about adding this little polka dot on there, but it is too bright. I'm going with this dark green, and so nope, I'm done. Now, December 16th through the 22nd, I was planning on doing red and green with that same washi again. But once I got going, I decided that I really like the kind of pinks that are added in here with this orange seasonal book. So I found this washi that's kind of a candy cane stripe, but because the stripes are so close together, it almost has a pink look to it. That's going to work great with the stickers in this sticker book. So I don't end up using that same washi again because it's too red and I want to go with that kind of pink color. This washi does have red in it, but not as much, not as bold. The stripes are so small that I think it's going to work. And leafing through my washi some more. I want this light blue in there somehow because the sticker book uses light blue, which is a color I don't usually use at Christmas time. I usually save that for when it's snowy out. But I'm going to go ahead and just add a teeny bit of this light blue in just to mark the weekend. Might not even be noticeable. It's just barely there. It's really subtle. Think about using this polka dot again, but every time I use this polka dot, I just don't like it. I want it to work, but it never does. I tried it last week too, remember? And I just don't like it. So I'm going to stick with this green marble that I used at the bottom last week, but slice it into very narrow strips that are 1/8 of an inch and mark my weekend and the beginning of the planner with this. I guess when you find something you like, you just go with it, right? Next Christmas, maybe I'll be able to work that polka dot in. Maybe I'll feel a little more bold next Christmas. So orange seasonal book is the one that I used. I give myself a little post-it, and then I just can't help it. I want to go ahead and add a few stickers in. So I love this Hello Winter. I'm pretty sure the 1st of winter. If it's not December 21st, it's really close to it. So I'm going ahead and adding that banner on there to mark the winter beginning. And then I just love these stickers, and I love the light blue and the pink. And the Holly Jolly just matches perfectly with that washi, so I'm going ahead and adding it. I just can't help myself. Same with the Oh What Fun. It's got all 3 colors, the red, the blue, and the green. And my last one to pre-decorate, I'm going glitzy on this one. I was going to go red and green and gold, but like I said, it's just too gaudy for me. So I found this washi that's a lighter green, somewhat tealy green, and I'm going to use it instead of the true green. Think about using this for the working section of my planner, but spoiler, I get rid of it. I don't really need a working section this week. I'll be off school this week, so I really don't need it. So I'm going to take this kind of light teal glitter green. I'm going to slice it bigger than I usually do. This is 1/4 of an inch, not 1/8 of an inch. And I'm going to just mark the beginning of the planner and the weekend. And I'm just in the mood for glitter. I've got that gold glitter at the bottom. I've got the glitter marking the edges of the planner. And so now I'm going to go all out, and I'm going to cut a lot of 1/8 inch strips. I'm going to mark every single day with glitter that's red now. Like I said, I'm going glitz and glam for the week of Christmas. Just go all out with the glitter. Some more 1/8 inch strips to mark these days. And then even though the weekend doesn't matter because we're on break, I just want a little bit more green in there. So I will have another 1/8 inch strip to mark the beginning of the weekend. It's not necessary, like I said, because the whole week is a break, but just to get some more green in. I need some more gold, so I have this thinner gold washi. And put that down at the top. So there is the week of Christmas, and I don't mark a sticker book because I can use any. Thanks for watching this, and hope you got inspired and that the idea of pre-decorating doesn't scare you. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, and if you want to see what I do with these after the pre-decorating, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Great. Have a great 9 weeks, and happy planning.